I'm speaking with Dr. Dejan Miletic, and I would like you perhaps to introduce yourself. What is it that you do?
I'm director of the Center for Terrorism Research within the Institute for Strategic Studies and Development at the first private university on the Balkans. As well, I'm a co-founding member of International Counterterrorism Academic Community, short name ICTAC.
So you're from the Balkans, and we're going to be talking for the next few minutes about why the Balkans is such an important breeding ground for terrorists. Is it an important breeding ground for terrorists?
When I saw a headline of this workshop, I was impressed how well it was chosen. When we are talking about the Balkans, we can refer to many things why the Balkans are center of the terrorism or the breeding ground, as you like, if you like, within the Europe, because there are so many clashes down there. There are meeting of Christian civilization with Muslim concept of living in religion. As well, it is the border of Catholic and Orthodox. That was the border in 2054, year where those religions also separated, and many other things. Organized crime developed. We are having legacy of Milosevic's time as well. Isolated Serbia, people who think that all the world choose them to be against them. It is problematic to understand, but that is the situation. People know how they are living, they know the problems of the region, and they're surprised that there is no support for our opinions. Nobody supported us, and we are some kind of wondering how it is possible. And right now, today, we have seen, not only from Serbian people, we have seen from Israeli, and Dr. Shai showed us very well how those extremists and terrorists elements, I'm going to call them elements, because those are organizations as well as people, personalities, and it is not enough to tell some people. There are organizations, Mujahedins and Al-Qaeda was present down there. Almost all terrorist activities inside Europe are connected with that ground, with the southeastern Balkan, or better to say, with Bosnia and Herzegovina and Kosovo and Metohija and so on. And when we see such a things, it is unbelievable that we are not responding on the right manner. I mean, on the international community, I'm part of that. In my mind, I'm the one who is also equal part of international community, because this is the number one problem. America is tackling that problem as a leader, but on the Balkans, there is a quiet ground. Nobody is talking about the problems.
Now, why is this that nobody is focusing enough attention, in your opinion, on the Balkans?
Yeah, there are problems because recently, in 1999, there was a war. There was a war for Kosovo and Metohija people, Albanians down there, and so on and so on. All the image, all the stuff, all the negative picture from Serbia came to the world. This is not it is not a black and white picture, In Western Europe and America, there is a black picture about Serbia. I know that it is not a black, The reason why we are talking showed us also that there is no black and white picture. Serbs are historically looking, and in the present time, they are in the heart of three continents. Between Europe, between Asia and Africa as well. And as they are placed like that, it is very complicated not to be one of the elements of superpowers in a game when they are playing game. Sometimes it is happening in history. Right now, we were on a table. But, there is no difference between you and me. In physical, in spiritual sense, in energy. I like you. When I'm looking at you, it is very, very nice to see you, to talk with you. And there is no difference. There is only positive energy. Personally, we are not talking about our jobs and so on. Personally, there is a positive energy. That is the case. We are part of the Europe. There is no way out.
Now, that having been said, if you ask someone in the West, you say the word Balkans, they think of this sort of blotch on the map in Eastern Europe where you have countries coming and countries going and things are constantly changing. The fact that this area is politically still so unstable and changing so much, is this also contributing to the lack of dealing with terrorist organizations there?
Unfortunately, I must agree with you. lack of understanding is not the right word, because the people who need to be introduced in those problems are very well introduced. There is no secret how big problem is for U.S. agencies and for U.S. administration and so on. It is not a secret, but it is it is not so the best time. Maybe somebody are thinking maybe it is not the right time, maybe we have time, maybe the situation we need to resolve Kosovo and Metohija, and then we are going to refer and to give a chance but we are losing time. That's the main problem. We are losing time for reactions, and